Hello and welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to build this guy here. This is officially Lego set 10360. It has 2,417 pieces and no minifigures. Now, why is this one significant? Well, I'm a space fan, as well as I know John is as well. I have actually seen this airplane in the flesh, as you call it, for real. And that was back when it was in active service. But now, if you want to see it, there's two of them that were rebuilt. And according to this, let's see, one's in California at the Aerospace Heritage Museum, and the other one is at the NASA Space Center in Houston. So Houston, we do not have a problem. Anyway, let's go ahead and switch cameras, and we'll go ahead and get this started here. All right. And I see John in the comments and Jelly Brick Builds. Hello, guys. How you doing? And let's go ahead and let's get started. As always, I will ask, and it is annoying to ask, but I hate asking, but on the other hand, it does the channel. That's how it grows, and that is to hit the like button and subscribe. And please check and make sure you're still subscribed if you've been subscribed before, only because YouTube likes to do this funny thing where it throws you off if you're inactive for a while. That's what I found out. So if you haven't watched my stuff in a while, please check. And let's see. Well, what do we have going on today? Today is actually a good day. Let me explain. There was the deferred resignation program that was offered to many federal employees, actually to all federal employees. And I'm a federal employee, or I should say I was. And I asked for the deferred resignation program. And originally we were supposed to work through June the 30th and then get paid through September 30th. Because of my situation, I asked to be released early for medical reasons. And I was granted that, unexpectedly, by the way. I wasn't expecting it because I put it in quite some time ago, the request, didn't hear anything back. And then all of a sudden I went to work on Tuesday, and on Tuesday it said, I got an email that said, hey, you can make today your last day if you want. And that was certainly appreciated because, like I said, I've had my own health issues creep up, and also, of course, you know, the issues that I've been dealing with my son and his car accident. So, those two things combined, it was awesome. And so yesterday I did not work, and today I did not work. And so I have been able to get a lot of things done around the home. You know, I was commuting an hour each way to work, then working 8 hours plus half an hour lunch. Sometimes I was doing overtime as well. So I was very busy. Wasn't able to get a lot of things done that needed to around the house, and things fell behind. But now that I am here, it's working out just wonderfully. And so I've gotten a lot of things done. I still got a lot of things to do, but it always feels good to make progress, and that's the main thing, is progress. And speaking of progress, I do have a video that has been created for tomorrow. It is the Jango Fetch ship Slave 1. We built it on this channel with, I think it was 4 live streams. So if you missed them, there is a, what do you call it? Playlist that you can go ahead and tap into to watch all 4. And then, of course, tomorrow will be the final review of that. And I'm happy to say that I was able to get the other Slave 1 that I own in gear. And that is being compared to the current version. So both of those versions will be in the same video. And I was really excited to get this particular thing done here, this to buy this particular set. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it, but then you guys came through with some Bricklink orders, which directly allowed me to do that. And if you want to support the channel that way, there is a link in the description for my Bricklink store. And what that does is if you're buying pieces and you buy it from me, well, you get the pieces you need, but yet I get the money I need to continue the channel. So it's a win-win, helps us both out. So I'd appreciate it if you're going to buy pieces anyways, if you check out my store. And if I have what you need, please buy from me. I'd appreciate it. And by the way, I've been selling on Bricklink since 2008. Long time. And I do apologize. These pieces are going to start sticking to me. And the reason they are is that my air conditioner up here is broke. And I'm in the loft. So it's already hot to begin with. And then the air conditioner is broke. So that's not going to be any fun. So anyway, in a while here, like I said, the pieces might start sticking to me. One thing that I will say is that Mrs. Chip was very kind and authorized me to use our funds to go ahead and order the pieces that the air conditioner broke. And so I ordered them off of Amazon today. They will be here tomorrow. So my next live stream, I will have the air conditioner going. And Ken, how you doing? He says, I'm watching. Good evening, Jeff. I'm watching here. I'm sitting here watching my favorite mentor while on my 30-minute lunch break at work. Ken, I appreciate it. Those are some kind words. But yeah, thank you, Ken. And I'm sorry. This heat's getting to me, but I appreciate you being here. And Italian Gaming, how you doing? And how come I'm not at work? That's because I don't work there anymore. I was let go early. Still getting paid. And by the way, that Jeffrey is my dad. And I appreciate you being here. And I've already got the truck loaded up with the stuff that I promised I'll bring to your house tomorrow. So hopefully you were able to get the spray. I'm bringing the backpack to spray for weeds tomorrow. And Italian Gaming says, of course, Lego made another miniature Lego set, but not minifigure scale. I'm not sure about that particular one, but I have several of the, space shuttles that Lego's made over time. I've got plenty of those sets. Probably got 6 or 7, which includes a launch pad from the 80s or the early 90s. I can't remember. So yes, it's rather warm up here without the air conditioner going. About the best I can do is turn on the air conditioner for the house, but it really doesn't do much up here. So, but you know what? I'm so warm, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. I'm going to freeze out Spencer downstairs, but hopefully I'll be okay. I invited Cajun Yeti to be on here. I'm not sure if he'll be here. He said he might be able to attend. So hopefully Cajun can be here, and things get a little rowdy when he's around. That's just the way I like it. So Mrs. Chip, how are you doing? I do like how they're doing the bottom black, just like the real space shuttle has the black heat tiles on the bottom. They're trying to mimic that, and I think that's pretty cool. And of course, the white on top of it, just like the real one. And Italian Gaming says you should have made the MetLife building for the Avengers Tower. I would have liked to have. However, that project is already cost me a lot. I've already spent close to $5,000 on that building. So it's not that I didn't want to. It's just sometimes you got to cut your losses somewhere, and that's where I decided to cut them. Maybe if later on my fortunes change, I will go back and redo that. That wouldn't be that hard. It's just like building a base to it, really, or building a base around it. So that wouldn't be that difficult, in my opinion. So I'm working on a project right now. And it's going to involve the city. I'm going to continue to work on that as much as possible. I've got a lot of great plans for the city, including a large Eiffel Tower, a good subway system. I'm going to put the riverboat, the one that just came out, I'm going to put that on the river, as well as a pirate ship museum. And that is patterned off the pirate ship museum. Well, it's not a pirate ship. It's, what do you call it? A replica of the Santa Maria, one of Columbus's three or four ships that he had. In Columbus, Ohio, they used to have that on display. It has since been, it needed repairs. The money wasn't there, so it was cut up and it's no longer there. But there used to be a museum there for the Santa Maria. And that's where I get the idea from. So I'll be doing that in my city. And Italian Gaming says, I wish I had money so I could have gave it to you so you keep building. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I have some ideas. You're going to see a lot more content because I'm getting paid for the next 4 months without having to work. That was kind of the deal. That was part of the deal. And so I'm going to do everything I can to hopefully make it to the point where I don't have to get another job. I mean, I'm prepared to get another job, but if I don't have to, like to do YouTube and just make that a thing. So and it's so close. It's so I don't know how to describe this, and I'm not trying to bore you guys, but the deal is YouTube has like ever-changing standards of how to get paid. And there's been a couple times that I've been really close and then they change it. And so I'm kind of frustrated with it, but and I'm not here to complain about it either. My goal is just to make it happen. And even with the new standards, I'm so close to making this channel monetized. So that's why there's going to be a push for me to make as much content as I can over the next several weeks so that hopefully I can cross the thresholds necessary, because that will help me tremendously. Okay. All right, cool. And this is the only Lego channel that I really like besides watching TD Bricks. I don't know TD Bricks. I'll check him out. I'm always interested in watching other Lego channels. Kind of each Lego channel kind of has its own thing, you know. You get ones that only do like there's one guy, I think it's Jabbo Bricks, that he focuses his stuff on his Lego store. And then you got another guy that I know of that just does a city build, and that's it. Doesn't do any product reviews. And then I know a guy who has a city and he does product reviews. And then, of course, there's the almost 1,000,001 channels that only do product reviews, and they're Lego sponsored. And I don't want to say anything negative, but I don't care for them. That's all. Those ones. I do care about the guy who does his own city. I do think that's cool. I also do think the other guy who does city in his own city and his unsponsored reviews, I like his too. So As far as live streams go, I will try to keep up with more current sets, but I also have a bunch of the other sets that I could do live streams on. For instance, is the last Bricklink Designer series, number 4. I bought all of them, and I only built one of them on camera. The rest of them are literally sitting in a pile over here, and they remain untouched, and I would like to do those. I have the riverboat. I could do one. I have the Ninjago. I can't remember what it is. Ninjago something. I've got the Disney Castle. I've got a ton of sets that I've purchased, and because of other commitments, I just haven't been able to get to it. So I think the best time or the best way to get to it is just do it on the channel. Okay, that must be for landing gear because that's okay. But as I was saying earlier, I do have the Jango Fett Slave 1. It's already been filmed. It's already been edited. And it is scheduled to be released at midnight. So that will happen. Why is this? Oh, I see. Okay. So tomorrow I won't be around. Tomorrow I have a funeral to attend. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from me. And it's like literally across on the other side of the freeway from my parents' house. So I'm going to stop by and see my parents. I got a couple things I'm going to let my dad borrow, as well as I got an old shop. Well, it's not old. It's new, but I've never used it. Shop lamp that I'm going to donate to the cause. What causes that? The cause of lighting up a shed. It's a very important cause, especially when it's your dad. I will say, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my last day at work because it was unexpected. I really didn't get a chance too much to say goodbye. I did get a little bit of a chance, and the guy who sits next to me and him become pretty close, and we've joked around a lot. And one of the things I like telling him or asking him throughout the day is it 12:30 yet? And that's because that's what time we get off work. But I will ask him that at 4:30 when we barely just got on the job. We've only been there 30 minutes. So what I did was on my parting remarks, I asked some members of my team to occasionally ask him if it's 12:30 yet. And by the way, he doesn't like it when I ask him that. And the other thing I ask at work is just randomly, I'll ask him if we're supposed to be working right now. And of course, the answer is yes. We're getting paid to work. We should be working. But I just like to ask the question just to be a troll a little bit. Dang, my internet's lagging. Sorry. Hard to hear that. And oh wow, I'm a little bit behind on comments. And John says, "Hey guys, hey John." And Dr. Sturgeon, how you doing? And Internet's lagging. Dr. Sturgeon said a funny story to tell you. So my friend has a camera keychain that acts like a real camera. So he pretends to take a photo of his. All right. Well, to each his own, I guess. That is actually pretty funny. John, how you doing this evening? And John, would you like a link to join? It was so funny I couldn't stop laughing. He did it again in class. Yeah, well, if my dad's still here, he can attest to the fact that I seem to get in trouble a lot, especially when I was in the 5th grade. Of course, I'll be honest, I deserved that. I had a teacher, Mr. Bowman, and I didn't like Mr. Bowman. And me and a friend, to his face, we used to call him Mr. Boner. And, well, back in the 80s, mid-80s, that was definitely not acceptable. It wouldn't be acceptable now. But, yeah, I did that. And I also was adverse to doing my homework in Mr. Bowman's class. All right. All right, John. If it goes through, it'll come through on Facebook. Oh, let's see. Does that shuttle at least say USS Enterprise? I don't. Yes, it does, actually. It does have an Enterprise sticker there on the bottom. So it does. Another thing that I did today is I had a little bit of free time, not much. I went to Bricks and Minifigures and bought their $90 bag that you can go through their bulk tables. I did that over a month ago. I haven't had a chance to go through it. So today, that's what I did. I went through it and I got about 80% of it put away. Very excited about that. One less thing to do. Oh boy. Oh, that's cool, man. Italian Gaming says, guess what? Today I'm watching Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, my favorite movie. That came out in 1980, if I remember right. And I remember seeing that one in the theaters. I did not see Star Wars, the original Star Wars movie, in the theaters. I saw it afterwards. That's because I was a little too young to remember it back then. So it wouldn't have done me any good to go see it. And Dr. Sturgeon says, I also went to Universal on May 9th. It was pretty fun. I got a Simpsons playset because I grew up. That's awesome. You know, The Simpsons has been around for so long that I think they came out when I was 9, their first episode. And I used to watch it religiously every Sunday when it came on. And I know there's plenty of episodes, so but my favorite episode was the one where Homer gets the hair growth treatment thing. That was a very funny episode. And he runs through the neighborhood because he's so happy that it actually worked. His dad didn't recognize him, and his dad yells at him to get a haircut, you hippie. So anyway, Italian Game 3 actually changed my profile picture to Star Wars. That's cool, man. Didn't you have a cat on there before, Dr. Sturgeon? Or was that? No, I think that was somebody else. You should change it to Han Solo. I bought loads of stuff from Universal, including popcorn, because walking around the theme park would make anyone hungry after a while. Yeah, the only problem is it's usually way too expensive to buy anything. I used to work at an amusement park. It was called Great America in Santa Clara, California. It's still there, but they've announced they're closing it. And it's going to be demolished. And business park is being put in there, which I think is a dang shame. But anyway, yeah, I grew up next to it. I used to do that. And you see me putting on stickers. Yeah, I hate stickers. She's right about that. I'm old enough to remember when Simpson just shorts on Tracy Ullman. Oh, really? I didn't know they were just shorts on there. I do remember the Tracy Ullman show. An episode that I found funny is when Homer has his butt raised in the air and yells, "Here comes the butt," while he slides through a slip and slide. I don't remember that. Who's my favorite Star Wars character? I have to think about that for a minute, because there's quite a few good characters. You know what? I know it's going to sound weird, but my favorite character is probably Wedge Antilles. And that's because he's kind of one of the unsung heroes of Star Wars. He was there for all the major battles, the battle of first Death Star, second Death Star, but he kind of doesn't get a lot of credit. He's kind of the silent hero. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of think that it would be Wedge. Who's your favorite character? Yeah, I didn't remember the name of it. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. The hair growth product Homer uses, one of the best early episodes. Yeah. Glad someone knew what I was talking about. I missed a tile, and I'm concerned because they don't normally give extra tiles that are 2x2. So I'm just going to flip back and see where I missed it. And I think I see where I missed it. It was really early on. So hopefully I can slide that in there without too much trouble. There we go. It's in there. You see you're putting on stickers. You love stickers. True. Yeah, like the Simpsons player was $40 on Amazon. It's $19, but I still bought it because I need it for my collection. Lando Calrissian. Yeah, Lando. Yeah, he's another. I don't know how you put it. He's another hero of the show, and he's an unlikely hero because he's a scoundrel. He's a gambler, kind of a swindler, but yet when it comes to loyalty, it's unmatched. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And let's see. And Chip for Easter, I got in horror movie Lego figures. They were Chucky, Beetlejuice, Jason, Freddy, Ghostface, Eric Raven, Billy, and Michael Myers. Actually, Beetlejuice, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Chucky, yeah, yeah, I remember the Chucky dolls as a kid. That's actually pretty cool, man. You got all those. I love Baby Yoda, Grogu. He's just so cute and little. You know, I liked his character too, the strong, silent type. And he doesn't seem like it until I think it's towards the end of the second season when he meets up with the other Force person and they have that, I guess, unspoken conversation, but conversation. And by the way, this is a new piece. because the old one went down another plate. So that's new. All right, looks like we got John on here. Oh, give him a minute. All right. What are we talking about today? Everything underneath the sun, whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't really run the show, I just read it. And I cannot say that. I'm just call you Z if it's okay. I don't know how to pronounce that. Star Wars is pretty dark, to be honest, because Anakin once killed younglings and decapitated. Yeah, it is pretty dark. And you think about it, I mean, Luke Skywalker fell in love with his own sister. That's some pretty backwoods Kentucky stuff if I've ever heard it. Anyway, maybe Alabama for all I know. Anyway, I'm not trying to offend anybody, because if you're from the cities in Alabama, you don't do that. So it's the backwoods. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is pretty dark. And then you've got later on, supposedly, Rey is supposed to be the granddaughter of the Emperor. Yeah, it is pretty dark stuff in there. I'm doing great. Z, how you doing? John says something wrong with my mic and camera. I don't like when Star Wars keeps making movie TV series. You know something? I can agree with that, because their TV series, there was one with the Ewoks they did back in the late 80s, early 90s. And oh my gosh, it was so cheesy. I only watched a couple episodes. And even though I was a huge Star Wars fan, still am, but I just couldn't watch that series. I thought it was so dumb. But hey, I'm not knocking it if somebody else likes it. If you like it, you like it. That's cool. And I'm just missing a piece. There it is. And the person with the cat PFP was oh, okay. If the chat runs the show, I'll ask when the next city date update's coming up. That's a good question. I'm actually working on an Avengers Tower update. I started that today. That is scheduled to be released not tomorrow, but the following Friday. And I believe it'll be the Friday after that. And it might be even sooner, because I do want to do a live stream on Saturday morning, and I don't want to do it in the house. The parts for the air conditioner are supposed to be in tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it in, but I can't guarantee it'll be in before Saturday installed. So I'm thinking about doing the live stream on Saturday out in the shop. Plus the fact that my son Spencer lives with me, and this is a loft. It's open, and if he makes noise, it carries up here, and he's usually home on Saturdays. So I'm thinking about Saturday morning, just going out to the shop and doing a live stream out there. After all, I am paying for the mesh router thing out there. And the mesh router puts the, it's kind of like an extender. It takes the internet from the house. So my router's on the furthest corner of the house, and then the furthest corner that's closest to that on the shop is where the mesh thing is, and it picks up the signal and extends it throughout the whole shop. And I've been paying for that, so I might as well do one out there. So tentatively, the plan is Saturday morning to do a live stream out there. And I'll be repairing the 2 wind turbines that got broke. They got broke when the contractors went in there to save the shop. The shop wasn't built right, and the supports for the roof were actually failing. And I had them bolted up, clean it up. Oh, there's John. All right. Hey, John, how's it going?
Well, my puppies are born.
All right. So does that mean you're getting one?
I'll have to make a decision in 6 weeks.
Okay. But there is a possibility with this batch.
There are 3 more litters, and I thought they would be born next month, not this month.
Okay.
Or the end of the month. No, I thought they would be born the end of next month. I don't know.
So is it safe to say it's that dog's time of the month?
Yeah.
Just kidding. How you been, John?
Okay. Not too bad. Getting my exercise in.
Good, man. So what kind of exercising have you been doing?
It's a lot of walking.
Okay. And actually, since the IRS let me go early, the last 2 days, I've been working out with weights and a little bit with my exercise bike. And yesterday I took Enzo on a 2-mile walk. I know that's not long, but
I can only do so much in 95-degree weather.
Well, I will admit I lost some stamina. And I lost some stamina because working at the IRS, first of all, I had to drive an hour there and then drive an hour back. And then at the IRS, you're expected to keep your productivity numbers up. So you don't have time to really walk around and do much. And I'm not knocking the job. It's just the kind of job that it is. And so I did that job for 5 months. And so I've been sitting a lot for the last 5 months. And it's just been really hard. And now that I'm doing stuff, I'm kind of lost my stamina and I need to get it back.
Yeah, it takes a while. You detrain after a while.
Yeah. Never too old for Lego. How you doing? And sorry, I'm going to catch up on the chat here. Mayo says he's not a Star Wars fan, but my favorite character is Captain Rex. Captain Rex is a good character, man. I do like the helmet that Lego did, by the way. So, any good stories from the job, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started refresher courses for that account, so I can go back to my 7 o'clock shift.
Okay.
It's amazing how much I remember after 4 years of not being on the account.
So, I'm not trying to insult your job at all. I'm just asking a question.
What?
Do they kind of have a script that you have to follow, or?
It's scripted. Well, it's not really scripted. You have to follow certain points and guidelines to get the job done, and as long as you hit those points, that's where it is. So I'm on a very unscripted account, actually.
Okay. It says the access to the mic. Okay, never mind. We got through that.
I had to click a button up on the top of the search bar. Yeah.
Okay.
That never happened before.
Oh.
I think my next Kobe set's going to be the F-117. That's coming out.
Now that was a stealth fighter, right?
Yeah, the first one.
The Nighthawk, yeah.
It's very cheap. It's only $70.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Now the SR-71 they have is $129. That's a little more money, but it's a big set.
Yeah. Well, I have to admit I'm gonna be shifting gears on this channel, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more of my city builds.
Mm-hmm.
I just basically, I think I was trying to do too much all at once, and you only really make progress when you focus on a couple key areas, and that's why I want to just do my city. Not only that, that's what I enjoy the most because it's the most creative. It's not just putting together a set that, that's already been created for you. You got to actually think about things and make it happen. So anyway, I'm thinking about that. And
How are you going to do your Lego build if you're planning on what you're planning? You know what I mean.
I do. I'm a little hesitant to do that. I like the idea because it gives people an idea of what I'm doing. The only problem is it also gives other channels an idea of what I'm doing. And, I'm not trying to say this in any sort of way like I'm great or anything, but I actually have had a larger channel that, and I won't mention it because I'm not trying to call them out or anything, but it seems like whenever I announce a plan, it seems like almost instantly, shortly thereafter, they're like, oh yeah, this is what we're doing. And it's almost word for word what I'm doing. And because they have a money and they've got a staff on hand, they can do it quicker than I do. And I feel like I'm, as they used to say in the newspaper industry, scooping myself.
That's why I said it the way I did.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't understand then.
Because I know you're moving. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about the move anymore. I want to. Because financially it made sense. But really right now, the housing market is so awful. I don't see it happening, man. Interest rates are back over 7%.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of things. So I think I'm just gonna let the listing expire on the house.
Yeah, relist it again in 6 months. You could always do that.
What's that?
Relist it in 6 months. You could always do that.
Yeah, I could. But if I'm gonna be working on my city, that's what I'm gonna do. Speaking of Lego cities, did you guys see that article? And if I remember, I will go back and post a link to it in the description of this video. The Guinness Book of World Record, there was a guy who made it with a city diagram, and it was really cool. It's a little over 700 square foot city, and used 260,000 pieces, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Hope it doesn't catch fire.
Yeah, that you probably get a bill for toxic cleanup. Because they have to send the hazmat crew out. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool, and I don't remember now which country it was that it was done in. It did say in the article, but I don't remember. Anyway, my hat goes off to him. That's quite the accomplishment to make the Guinness Book of World Record. Pretty dang cool. Anyway, let's see. That was more messed up than the teacher from Goosebumps 2000, aka Mrs. Marg, basically a monster who eats your students. Okay, all right. Oh, got a lot of comments there we got to catch up on.
Where's Greg?
I'm not sure. I talked to Greg just yesterday through text, and yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You should try getting a Starlink instead of what you got.
I hate to keep asking you to repeat that, but my headphones won't connect once I already start.
It's
And
okay.
so, sorry, go ahead.
Have you considered Starlink for your service provider out there?
Starlink, I have not. Are they pretty much everywhere?
Well, it's a portable device. You bring it out with you everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And then you link up to it like a satellite dish, only it's portable. And it's very small, too.
I'll have to check that out. And that's isn't that the same one that's Elon Musk's company?
Yep. If I could do what I would for storm times.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh wow. Mortgage rates are not cooperating. Correct. Yeah. Dr. Sturgeon, you are correct. I have seen the same thing. Bro, on YouTube, I saw a meme saying a guy saved a girl from drowning and the girl sued the guy. That sounds dumb because the guy saved her. And yeah, that's correct. It's I've seen similar stories, and I really think it's sad because
Sorry.
well, you're all right. It's gotten to the point where people won't interfere when someone's being attacked because they do fear being sued, so they won't. And it's just, I think there should be some sort of national Good Samaritan law or something that would exempt people from such stuff. That as long as they're not trying to cause harm, that they should be exempt. But that's about as political as I want to get today. But I do feel that would benefit our country to have some sort of national law. Yeah, and the Mayo short answer to that question is yes, I have been too busy to do much of anything. So, they want me to put the gear inside here when you put it on the airplane. That's what it's got. So anyway, let's build the cone that goes over the back of this. Actually, it really doesn't go on it. It does in real life, but on here you have to take off the little thruster things is what the instructions is saying.
Yeah, the other day was Star Wars Empire Strikes Back's 45th anniversary. I'm not sure if we mentioned that.
No, I didn't, but I do remember seeing Empire Strikes Back in the theater.
I actually watched it today.
Oh, you did? Well,
Last decent Star Wars.
I thought Return of the Jedi was pretty good.
Yeah, it got campy.
It got campy. Okay.
My association does have a full gym, so if I want to lift weights, I could.
How do you like living in an HOA neighborhood?
It's an inconvenience.
And just out of curiosity, what are your fees like?
Well, we're one of some of the lowest fees in this area of Florida, so we're about $300 a month.
Oh, wow.
It's not bad. Some of them are upwards of $800 a month.
Yeah, that's pretty steep, man. I lived in a HOA neighborhood when I lived in Layton, Utah, right before this house. And John, cover your ears. It was only $25 a month. So
have a lot of maintenance, taking care of things.
Yeah,
they run around taking care of all the gardening and all the watering is free. The internet is free. All that stuff. You get little perks.
Okay. Well, yeah, yours does offer a lot more than.
You have a clubhouse where the gym is and a pool.
Yeah.
And everybody's a busybody.
Do you have people that go around with their cameras or their phones and report stuff to the HOA because somebody's trash can is crooked?
No, it's not that bad. But if we have like a faded garage or there's maintenance on the house that needs to be done, they'll let you know. Like, for example, if your roof needs cleaning from the mold, that I can understand.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's not that it's not a petty matter. It makes everything look ugly. Or what can I say? Who wants to live with mold anyways?
no, and something like that, I think an HOA is helpful with.
No, they don't do it. We have to do it. They just tell us that it's there.
Oh, they do. Okay. Well, see, the HOA that I lived in, I didn't really like it because they were very militant about things. And for instance, they didn't even want you changing the oil to your car on your own property, which is kind of, for me, that's a little just too intrusive because I don't take my vehicles in for oil change. I've always done my own, and I prefer to do my own. I save so much money.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I've seen people doing their driveway, do their cars in the driveways all the time, or in the garage. They have plenty of room. The garages are big enough for two-car garages, so they do it there.
yeah, well, that's what I ended up doing. I had a 3-car garage, and the third car had an extended, like it could almost fit 2 cars if you parked them, one in front of the other, and I used to change my oil in that garage and I just closed the door and they didn't know. But yeah, you weren't supposed to. Okay.
When you change your oil, what do you do with the oil?
Oh, I just took it over to Napa.
Oh, they take it. They have a recycle policy. Do they charge you for that?
Nope, not they will charge if you bring, like if you're bringing, if they know you're a commercial operation and you're bringing in a lot, they will eventually start charging you. But if you're just doing like
Maybe 6,000.
yeah, if you're just doing like a gallon every couple months, they don't keep track. You just, in fact, I went there enough that they knew who I was, but I wasn't like overdoing it. And they would just tell me, oh, just take it to the container in the back. And I used to dump it in the big old metal container back there.
I didn't know they offered a service like that. We have Napas over here.
Yeah, AutoZone over here does it too.
Okay, we have them too.
So yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, I remember I was telling you about my air conditioning. It seems to be working fine now. I don't get it.
So basically, you're supposed to take these 3 things off, and you're supposed to stick the cone on there, like when it's on the airplane. I'm not going to do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Does it say the Enterprise on it? At least I see it on the nose, I think.
Yes, it says Enterprise right there.
Yeah, I see it up by the up there. I saw that at the Intrepid.
Okay.
You have it crammed in there. What a bad place for it.
Well, the cool thing about where I live now is that when they started the neighborhood, it was supposed to be an HOA, but not enough people moved in fast enough that the HOA actually went belly up. And so we don't have an HOA.
You're lucky. The only places that don't have HOAs are Central and North Florida.
Okay.
Where my cousins are.
Okay.
You know where Orlando is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, about northwest of that.
Yeah, because my daughter Amanda used to live there. Now, you guys probably have seen a piece similar to this. This is actually slightly different than the other one because the other one wasn't as round. It was more octagon.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a brand new piece.
Okay.
Yes. And Dr. Sturgeon says he's going to bed. All right. Well, thanks for being here for as long as you have been, Dr. Sturgeon. I appreciate it. And if you haven't already hit that like button, please do. I know it's kind of annoying that people on YouTube, especially me, say that, but it does help the channel. And since it does, I need to repeat it. So it's a necessary evil.
I might have to jump off soon, too.
Yeah.
You going to call it soon?
Call what?
Yeah, but it's almost an hour already. What
Oh,
time is fast? Time is going fast.
I'm going to do one more bag after this one.
Okay.
This set has, I think it was 16 bags. And if we get 6 done today, that means 2 more live streams. Maybe just 1, depending if I decide to go buck wild, but I probably won't. But yeah, I think we're making pretty good progress pretty quickly on this one. And plus the fact that I might be able to talk to the granddaughter tonight. There's a possibility.
You should be doing that, not building this.
What's that?
You should be doing that, not building this.
Well, no, I don't know if I can talk to her. That's the thing. I'm not giving up talking to her. Mrs. Chip is on her way down to see her, and there was a possibility that her dad was going to drop her off tonight to see Mrs. Chip. And if he does, instead of tomorrow morning, I get to talk to her tonight. But I don't know the status of that because I haven't been able to talk to Mrs. Chip for a couple hours. So things are kind of touch and go with the dad, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's not here. Okay, well, I guess I'm not missing out.
I guess she's talking about the granddaughter, not her.
Yeah.
I had a guess on that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I guess Mrs. Chip is the plan for tomorrow morning then? And do you have to pick her up instead of her coming to see you? It's kind of hit or miss on whether her dad carries through with what he says he's going to do. And that's not that I mean to be a jerk or talk bad about anybody. That's just been my experience. Oh, shoot. This thing does not want to cooperate. Let me take this back out. I'm gonna put this on there without the second brick. Oh, let's see. Oh, you're picking her up tomorrow morning. Okay. Oh, cool. You guys are good luck. I just had a Bricklink order come through.
How much?
You know what? I didn't see that part, but I can look real quick.
Nice to see you still making money with it.
Yeah, it's been nice. Oh, a whole entire $14. But you know what? I'll take it. $14 or something.
Can you keep the books on it?
Yeah, I do.
I'd love you to teach me how to do that.
Oh, man. That was 4 years of schooling.
I had a year of accounting.
It's actually not that difficult because if you're just doing a small business like what I'm doing and you don't have payroll, then you're not going to have major assets either. It's not that hard for a small business. Now, you start getting into capital leases and bigger companies that have retirement programs like 401ks, then the accounting becomes very, very complex, and that I don't recommend. But I actually created my own database using Access to track my business expenses. So I kind of have my own accounting system that keeps track of it because I couldn't find one. Well, first of all, accounting software can be rather pricey. That's the first problem. The second problem is they don't do exactly what you need it to do because it's kind of a out of the box, kind of cookie cutter for everybody kind of thing, you know? So I created my own to alleviate that problem. How has your mom been doing, John?
Good. She's waiting to have cataract surgery done.
Okay.
That's an easy surgery to a point.
Yeah, my mom had that surgery done a couple years back, and it helped her out quite a bit actually to see. So I hope your mom has the same success.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. The eye doctors here are pretty good. We're smack dab in the middle of 3 different hospitals and eye places.
Okay.
So it's a good location for doctors and fire. In fact, right outside the gate of the association, we have a firehouse. It's kind of awkward because it looks like a house, not really a firehouse.
Now, is because it's that close, do you hear the sirens a lot?
They don't get called a lot.
Okay.
When they come into the association, yes, of course we hear them, but they don't come blaring in because they're right next to us. So that's one of the good things about also having all the fire and the police and all that around us. We also have a lot of police officers in the neighborhood that live here. Our power doesn't go out that frequently.
Yeah,
Because it comes back real quick.
that would be a very beneficial.
We don't get flooded either.
You know, I'm actually surprised. I didn't. My daughter lived in Orlando for a while, and I was really surprised at how flat a lot of Florida is.
Yeah,
And
we're not flat here. We're more inland. We're about
oh, okay.
20 minutes from water.
Yeah, because I remember. See, now I was talking to my daughter because I looked at the map of where she lived,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Man, you are just like surrounded by swamps everywhere."
This is a relatively new developmental area, and it was built with storm drainage in mind.
Okay.
So we have what's the word I'm looking for? Preserves everywhere and basins everywhere.
Okay.
So everything's built around that, and that helps stop the flooding because it absorbs a lot of the water coming in.
Now, do you see a lot of alligators or crocodiles or whatever in that area?
I only saw one hanging out in my front neighbor's yard, not yard. She's got one of those basins in her backyard, and she showed me where they were, and I don't know if it's there anymore. They're pretty much free to roam because nobody bothers them. But they're more scared of us than we are of it. But we don't want them becoming a fed gator. That's when they have to be killed.
Yeah.
So everyone here that's been around a while knows not to feed the alligators.
Yeah, I saw a video on that on YouTube where some lady was feeding a gator, and she wasn't attacked in the video, but she was feeding the gator on a regular basis just off her back porch.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
Eventually, she was killed by that gator.
The thing is, they become used to that and they expect it, and it's a big mess. And then everybody blames the gator.
Yeah.
I watch a channel that teaches about all this kind of stuff. They run a sanctuary in Ocala, Florida, and they educate people on the local wildlife. They're a gator rescue.
Well, you say that they're more scared of us than we are of them. I don't know about that. I'm pretty scared of them.
Well, I keep my distance. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
A healthy distance because they are fast on land. A lot faster than people understand.
Yeah, I've heard that too, that they are really fast. They can only run short distances, but
I don't know about that. I mean, I saw one on this video that the guy showed me. It was feeding time. He was charging over to be with his master, and they're very well trained to where to be in their feeding time, and he got over there so quick. It was amazing. The channel's name is Gator Chris.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. Okay.
I'll send you a couple of links so you'll understand. They're short videos, they're not long. First thing he says is gators are not pets.
Well, see, I watched this series. I think it was on Netflix a few years back, where it was talking about people with exotic and dangerous pets, and there was a guy who had a pet alligator in his house. And I'm like, yeah, okay. If you like to be eaten in the middle of the night when you're not paying attention, sure.
Now it's amazing how this guy works with the gators, and they have names, of course, and they know and they have an expected behavior, and he doesn't fend off. He guides their behavior with just a stick, and certain areas of touch, he knows where to touch them to get them to do what he wants, and they know how to behave when it's feeding time. The gators.
Okay.
He's trained them.
Well, yeah, I'd love to see a link to that.
My favorite gator of his is Big Mac. They call him, and he was ran over by a car and broke a leg, and he's recovering. He recovered nicely, even with the broken leg. So they just healed.
So the gator had a broken leg?
Yeah, because a car ran over him.
Oh, jeez.
But he's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like you can give gators painkillers, man. That must have been.
Yeah, but he has those. Gators are very resilient.
Okay.
There's one gator that doesn't have a tail. That gator's name is Tadpole.
Tadpole. I love it.
He came in as a baby gator, so. And
That is funny.
he has other animals.
Well, I have other animals too. Name is Mrs. Chip. No, I'm just kidding.
Miss Chip, you gonna let him get away with that?
What's that?
She might throw a brick at you.
Oh yeah, she was close enough. She would throw a brick, I'm sure. You know, Mrs. Chip is my favorite animal. All right. So let's see what this one has in store for us. All right. Oh, I apologize. I am beat. By the way, I am trying to kick my habit of drinking energy drinks again, because I drank them because of the long drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I didn't have one at all, and I have to admit that was a really rough day yesterday. Today, I started off with not having one, but about 2:00 in the afternoon, I was dragging so bad I went ahead and had one. But I only had one, which is actually cutting back for me. I will admit I've gotten to the nasty habit of drinking more than one a day. So I'm not going to try to do cold turkey. That was too rough. What I'm going to try to do is just cut that back to keep it to one for a couple days, and then maybe half a can for a couple days, and then try to not have it anymore. So, and Mayo says there were reports about elderly residents that gators killed at retirement homes a few years ago. Wow. I did not hear that one, but I'm not surprised.
And then there are the unfortunate happenstances where you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like those kayakers that bumped into the gator as they were kayaking along. And they were elderly people too.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I don't remember hearing that one, but
Send you that news article.
okay.
And everybody knew it was not the human's fault. Well, everybody knew it was not the gator's fault. It was the gator that was there being a gator. And the people were tourists and being stupid and just paddling along and hit the gator by accident.
Well, yeah, they agitated them. So, yeah, well, that's unfortunate. But like you said, I think you can chalk it up to SH happens once in a while.
Yeah, shit does happen.
No, I'm not trying to be cold and callous when I say that. It's true. It's nature. I mean, I had a cat disappear here, and I'm pretty sure a coyote got him. And I can't be mad at the coyote. Coyote needs to eat too. So, unfortunately, he just ate one of my pet cats. That's all.
The channel I watch they breed Charles Spaniels, and one of the male spaniels was protecting the herd, and unfortunately, he got taken out by a coyote.
Yeah, coyotes can be rather aggressive. But then again, like I was saying, I don't really hold it against them because that's just their nature. That's how they survive. It's always unfortunate when they get something that, someone loves, but survival of the fittest, man.
It was like anything else, male. It was an accident. And everybody recognized it. They didn't go up exterminating gators for no reason. You were in its habitat, and that's of course what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go swimming in those basins because the gators in there. Duh.
Well, I wouldn't go swimming in those basins either. Definitely a no-go. Yeah, we have quite a bit of wildlife here where I live. I mentioned coyotes.
You get any wild boar?
What's that?
You get any wild pigs, wild boar?
Yeah, we do have those in the mountains close by, but I've never heard of one down in the valley. We do have the coyotes I mentioned. We've seen moose around here, plenty of deer. When I borrow Gertie, she seems to always find the skunks because she comes back skunked. So yeah, there's we got quite a bit out here.
How many times does that happen?
Twice. And I
send them to Chip.
What's that?
Send them to Mrs. Chip after they've been skunked.
Oh man,
she would love it.
I don't wish that upon anybody. That is a disgusting smell, and it is hard to get rid of. I had to literally go down to the grocery store and buy cans of tomato juice, stick her in the tub, which was hard to keep her in there, and bathe her with tomato juice. And it got rid of most of the smell, but it still kind of lingered a little bit.
You think I would be able to smell a skunk?
What's that?
You think I would be able to smell a skunk?
You should. It's kind of hard to miss. I mean, I know you've had problems with smelling before, but trust me, there's no mistaking a skunk smell. It's very potent. Yeah, I need to. I was telling you that earlier that I've been spending a lot of time these last 2 days fixing stuff around here, and I've still got a few things I need to fix, but I need to go to the hardware store and buy a few things. And tomorrow, while I'm down at Civilization for the funeral, I'll go ahead and I will go ahead and buy some of that stuff.
How's Spencer doing? Is he healing?
Man, I really wished I would have plugged in this headset. Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I feel like I'm at work. How's Spencer doing?
Oh, how's Spencer doing? He's doing really good. He's back to work, and he was kind of upset because so the doctor didn't want to release him for work, and Spencer wanted to go back to work. And so he put pressure on the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, I'll release you to work, but it's kind of a liability for me. So you can only be doing light duty. You can't be operating the machinery. And he said that for the first week. And he said that if Spencer did okay doing light duty, he could go to full duty the week after, which is this week. So last week they had him sweeping the floors. They had him like the machine, they're making pallets. So, little pieces of wood fall everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his job for the week, was to pick that stuff off the floor. Usually machine operators usually do that. But because they kind of had him extra and he couldn't do much, that became his job for the week. And he wasn't too happy about it, but he was happy that he could get paid again. And he did really well last week. And so this week they've got him back on a machine. And, it's already Thursday. And he's still got all of his fingers and toes. So he's doing pretty good operating machinery. And I've been picking him up for lunch, and he hangs out with me during his 1 hour lunch, but it's only 1.5 miles from here, so it doesn't even take 5 minutes to get there. So yeah, we've been spending quite a bit of time together.
I sent you a link in Facebook to that channel.
Okay, I will definitely take a look. Yeah, he's doing good, and I don't have any doubts now that he'll make a full recovery.
Okay, good. What about the car situation? How much trouble did he get into?
That's still ongoing, so I can't talk about it. I will text you about it though, John. I don't mind telling you off camera, but yeah, I can't. Let me put it this way: it's an ongoing legal problem.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, he was driving somebody else's car, so not exactly his finest hour. Let's put it that way. Well, we've got about 70, 80 pieces left here on the board. And this is the last bag that I'm going to do tonight. So like I was saying, video tomorrow of the Star Wars Slave 1. And I will not call it anything but Slave 1. I'm sorry if you take offense to that, but that's what it was called for 40-something years. I'm not going to change it. And that's coming out tomorrow. Saturday, most likely, is going to be a live stream out in the shop where we're going to focus on the city and rebuilding the 2 wind turbines that got all messed up. And then hopefully we can do more live streams out there. And I'm planning on, like I said, since Spencer's in the house on the weekends because he doesn't work, my plan is to do live streams out in the shop on the weekends. So that way he can do whatever he needs to, like laundry and everything else, and not disturb me while I'm doing a live stream. So that's kind of the plan. All right, so we got to do a little bit more here. I don't know what we're doing, to be honest. Looks like landing gear, I guess.
Let me see.
Yeah, if you do this right here.
Have you built the big shuttle, Discovery?
Yes.
I don't remember you doing that.
Yeah, that was actually one of my first live streams back in the other house.
That means I didn't watch it.
Okay. Well, fair enough, John. Fair enough. Let's see what we got here. We got where does this go?
Well, how does the scale of the set so far? Do you think the pieces are too small? Well, they made it smaller than it needs to be, or not big enough?
The shuttle is kind of on the small side. Okay. All right. Wait. I messed that up. I got to take it off. landing gear will never work like this. Okay. So while this is out, this is supposed to be up. So let's fix that up. Yeah, I built that a while back, a couple years ago. I've actually kind of attempted to build it again.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see.
I bet it has some disassembly to it.
Well, it's quite it's a big build.
That's good. Big builds are good builds. And
Yeah.
the sets back then were more complicated, I think.
Okay, for whatever reason, this thing does not want to go on right. See, it's too far up that way, and then when I do it the other way, it's too far down. Let me see if I can just get this just right, because I don't want to build this and the landing gear not be right. There we go. There we go. Okay, good.
So I am working on Monday. Just 5 hours. Not a big deal. I get off at 2:30.
Okay. Well, is that considered overtime, you said?
No, no overtime. It's time and it's not time. It's not time and a half, which is overtime. But we do get holiday pay. So with it, so we have what we work, and then we can use floating holidays for time off.
Okay. Well, I don't like getting too political on the channel, but I was happy that the House passed the no overtime and no tax on overtime and tips. I think that could be a really good thing for a lot of people. What do you think, John?
I'm not in that type of a job, so it doesn't affect me. But when I go give a tip to somebody, I want them to get it.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier with Mrs. Chip, is that I don't like the fact that, I earn money, and let's say I have $20 and I want to tip my waiter $20. Well, I've already had to earn 25 to make the 20. And then you give it just because you hand it to somebody else, now it's only worth 15 because they get taxed too.
Also, the credit card company still gets its cut of the tip.
Yeah.
That annoys me, so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
So I have to go in with cash to pay them cash rather than screw around with the credit card, because I know, it's ridiculous. Like when I go for a haircut, it's only a $4 tip. So
yeah.
I give them cash for that.
And there have been quite a few times that I've purposely paid in cash as well. It's up to them whether they pay the taxes on it or not, but yeah. I'm not telling them to avoid taxes. I'm just giving them the option.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a few more of these tires to put together, and yes, they are hurting my fingers.
Yeah, you don't have enough calluses with all the Lego you build.
Well, I don't have any calluses because all I've been doing is typing on a computer and using a pen at work.
What are those? You still use those?
Yeah, actually, we do. The IRS uses a red pen like a teacher if we have a paper return. Electronic, of course, you can't mark on it. But if you have a paper return and there is something wrong, like the Social Security number, or there's certain lines that we math check. And if they get it wrong, we circle it with a red pen and write the real number next to it with the red pen. It's kind of silly, but yeah, they still use red pens, man. And you'd be surprised. I am actually really surprised how ignorant people are when they say, "Oh, well, the IRS doesn't need that many employees because everything's done electronically." No, there are still millions and millions of paper returns that come in every single year.
Well, you go to your accountant and they electronically file it.
Well, there are. I mean, there is electronic course, but there's actually quite a few that are just still paper, man. So, okay. If I did this correctly, oh, look at that. The gear all comes out. Well,
that's cool.
So we have the. It doesn't look like an airplane yet, but there you go.
My friend just got the set.
Oh, your friend just got this one?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, let's show.
I told him you were building it tonight, but he's not into this kind of thing.
Okay. Well, we have the Space Shuttle Enterprise complete with the cones that's supposed to cover this, the boosters. And then we've got the beginnings of the 747. And that's bags 1 through 6. Either Sunday or Monday, we'll continue this with another live stream. John, thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. And John, are you going to continue your channel when you get the puppy?
Of course.
Okay.
6 more weeks. Well, 8 more weeks. It is officially 8 weeks before I get to actually bring them home. Her home.
All right. So John does have a channel. It's John the Beagle Dad, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's on YouTube, and check him out. Watch some of his older videos, and look out for some new ones here in a few weeks when he gets this puppy. Meanwhile, hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'll catch you guys on the next one.